Hello everyone, today I am doing an unboxing, and if you are familiar with my channel and you saw my first unboxing of 2024, you'll know that I said I was not going to be buying any more art supplies for the year. But I couldn't resist myself. I have a problem, guys. I have a problem. I wanted to try a new brand of acrylic paints, and there were a couple things that I wanted to replenish that I had finished, as well as I came across some interesting things that I wanted to add to my, I want to say, stockpile of art supplies. So yeah, I mean, the fact that the last time I opened up art supplies was in, well, I got them in December. I can't remember if I posted it in December or January, but now it's April when I'm opening this. Not too sure when I'm posting it though. So it's been a few months, you know, so technically I've done really well for myself. I've held back that need. I think I'm going to do this box first, just because this is right here. So I have been looking for some soft body paints that are artist quality, but that don't break the bank. And I came across a brand called Nova Color, and I decided to order a bunch of colors. And I also ordered their swatch sheet. So basically it's just a basic piece of paper, but it has all of their colors dabbed on here so you can see what they're like. And I'm going to keep a hold of this because I have a feeling if I like these paints, I'm going to be buying, I'll buy more. What I really like about this packaging from the company is that it came with a lot of stuff in here to keep everything sturdy, but I pre-took it out before opening the box. Like before turning record on. So I got white. Oh, and these are 4 ounces. They're really big. And depending on currency and things, some colors were $5. Some of them were $10, and you're getting 4 ounces of artist grade watercolor, not watercolor, sorry, artist grade acrylic paint. Quinacridone magenta. So I am going to swatch all these colors with you guys after I open everything. I can't decide if I should just open all of these right now on camera or if I should skip ahead. Carbon black, quinacridone purple, azo yellow medium, Indian yellow, peach tone, indanthrone blue, fluorescent magenta, blue green, ultramarine blue, hot pink. All right, so these are the colors. Of the two, I'm a little nervous looking at these now that I've purchased them, the quinacridone purple and the quinacridone magenta. In the bottle, they look identical, though on the swatch cards, you can see that there is a slight difference between the two. So I'm sure while swatching and using them, I'll be able to see the difference in the colors. But yeah, so excited. Put those aside. Maybe I should just put that to the side. So I am getting a second one of these. because I really like using the mop. Oh, it's even different. Oh boy, 1 second. Okay, so it's not that different. It's just that much newer. So I really like using this mop brush when I am doing my base layers for things, when I just want to cover large areas, mush things around. So I thought I'd buy a secondary one because I have over the years kind of, you know, ruined it a little. So it's not 100% smooth like it was when I first got it. So I thought I'd have a secondary one so I can also do more than one color at a time. So smooth and nice. So brand new. So don't know where to start peeling this. Oh boy. Here? It's a little dirty on the outside. I'm a huge fan of using gesso on paper in sketchbooks when using acrylics. So I thought, seeing as how my favorite one has been discontinued, I would try a new one. The acrylic from Liquitex. They're white. It's supposed to be 100% opaque and matte. So we'll see what it's like. Just needed to replenish white paint. I use a lot of it. And yeah, this was fairly inexpensive at the time of purchasing it. And you get a lot. So these are new to me. Let's undo the bags. Having a hard time. I broke my nail the other day. Now I can't open things like I used to. Alrighty, so these are art crayons, but what's supposed to be special about this brand here is the fact that once they're dry, they're supposed to be permanent. So I really like that aspect of them, because as much as I enjoy using my water-soluble crayons and my oil pastels that I've recently, you know, been bringing into my creative process, oil pastels aren't permanent in the sense that if you accidentally rub against it or something, it'll smudge, even if it's been 10 years from now, I guess. So I really like the aspect of these being permanent once dry. So I really wanted to test them out. Originally I was only going to get 3 colors, but then I couldn't decide what 3 colors to get. And then I went a little crazy. So I have this one here, which I believe is a ochre. I wonder if it's labeled. Nope, it is. Caramel. Oh, gentian. I don't know. Did I say that right? Rose pink. Beige rose or rose beige. Black. Raspberry. Kiwi green. It's a really bright green. I thought it'd be fun. This one's supposed to be, I think, lavender. I love lavender. And I want to say dark green, but nope, it's khaki green. I don't know what's in here. Oh. So I had ordered, this is where they, yeah. I had ordered some empty paint markers so I can fill it up with my own liquid acrylic paint. So cool. So I picked up 3 of them because I'm not too sure if these are good markers or not, but they're a name brand. They're the, oh no, the name brand's not even on them. Acrylic. They're from one of the brands that does acrylic paint markers. I can't see it on here. It's just, that's okay. Anyways, that's what that is. And then I bought a bunch of acrylic paint markers. So I'm replenishing this pink right here, the one that I have for light pink. I love this color, but I don't have this size, so I decided to grab one of the big ones of the pink. I grabbed an orange because I noticed the other day when I was doing something, I was like, oh, I need an orange color. I didn't have one. This one here is from Molito, and it's supposed to be, I think, their grasshopper one. Oh, is this it? Oh, it's poison green, and it's stuck to the wrong marker. Put it back on here. Yep, I couldn't decide when I was when I was shopping online, I couldn't decide if I should go with their grasshopper green or their poison green, and I clearly went with poison. I forgot I grabbed this one. It's like a neon-y color. I thought it'd be cool. I grabbed a yellow. I don't primarily use a lot of yellow as a final color. In the past, I used it a lot, and then I went through a phase when I didn't, and now I'm bringing it back in. So grabbed a yellow, and then just a basic green. And then this one here is magenta. So it's supposed to be a dark pink. So looking forward to that. I also grabbed this set from the Posca line, and it has a bunch of blues in it, and I love blue. It's like my favorite color to use. So I figured I would grab a few of these to replenish some of the blue that I have and to add some more blues to my selection. So in this set, you're supposed to get a gray, an emerald green, a light blue, an aqua green, a sky blue, just a basic blue, Prussian blue, and navy blue. I love using the navy blue as a black alternative when I'm doing my abstract illustrations and artwork because it adds a little bit of depth, I think, to the artwork. Look at all these pretty colors. I'm going to swatch them, so don't worry. We're going to go over and we're going to look at all of them and see them up close. What's in here? Product. I don't know what's in here. Ah, this is where they put the, okay. So another thing that I wanted to try out as a brand new product to me was Inktense Blocks from Derwent. So Inktense is supposed to be a permanent, water soluble, like pastel type material that you can get in a block as well as a colored pencil form. And I decided to grab 2 greens from them just so I could see if they are like what they're like to hold and if they get on your fingers, because I do not like having messy fingers when I'm creating. It happens, but I don't really like that, like, I don't know how to describe it, but when you're using soft pastels, it's like dusty and gross and I don't like it. And when you're using oil pastels, they're kind of sticky and feel like you have a film left on your fingers, and yeah, I don't like it. Not one bit. Now, these here are from Caran d'Ache, and they're the last item I have to show you from unboxing, and they are the Neocolor 1s. I have a ton of Neocolor 2s, and the 2s are water soluble, where the 1s are wax based and they're supposed to be permanent. So I look forward to just seeing these, what they're like, and comparing them to what I already have. All right, so at this stage, I'm gonna switch over and we're gonna just start swatching everything. Oh, no, wait. As I was putting the box away, this fell out. I actually forgot I ordered it. And I just ordered these like a few days ago and they arrived via FedEx. I have a great memory, guys. So I am adding a yellow, a golden bismuth yellow to my collection of colored pencils. Yeah, okay, now let's swatch. Now, because the Nova Color is a new to me paint, what I want to do is actually swatch on this white. So I'm going to use a Sharpie and just draw a line and use my Faber-Castell, draw a line. So I just want to see if it is fully opaque or not. But what I'm going to do for all these cards, you won't see this part. Desk's a little dirty. You won't see this part, but what I'm going to do is write down the brand name. So I'm going to go Nova Color. Feels really weird spelling it that way. And then I'm going to say what it is, obviously. So this is titanium white. And then if there's any pigment information, there's the wording I'm looking for, on the container. And I can't see it anywhere. Either it's like right in front of me or it's just not labeled on here, which is okay. So at this moment in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this ink dry for a few seconds. So I'm going to set the white aside and I'm going to move on to black. Shake it, open it up. So my first impressions by opening it is that there's not this gross smell. I have a thing about odor and really strong smelling paint. I am not a fan. It gives me migraines and I don't like it. But at this very moment, I don't smell anything, which is really good. And I feel like I'd be really sensitive to it too, because yesterday I had a migraine, so I'm post-migraine brain today. Oh yeah, loving that. I also want to paint the lid. Kind of beads a little, but I mean, it is going on plastic that's dirty. I didn't clean or prime or prep the plastic. Alrighty, let's move on to the next color. This here is the Azo Yellow Medium. It's labeled as transparent. Most yellows are transparent unless they have some sort of titanium white pigment in them, which makes them more on the softer side. Where if you want a bright and bold color, it's going to be transparent. Oh yeah. Beautiful yellow. I love it. So bright. Up next is the Indian Yellow. This one is also a transparent color. It's very bright, vibrant. Oops, I just made a mess of that. Up next is the blue-green, and it's an opaque color. It's like a really nice turquoise. It's very beautiful. I don't really have, well, I sort of have this color in my Charvin. But it's kind of a new color to me. Ultramarine blue, my favorite blue of all the blues. It's between this and actually Charvin's French blue. It's just a beautiful dark, but when I want something bright blue, I go with ultramarine. It's amazing. But if you don't have ultramarine or you're looking for that bright blue, a cobalt blue is also a really nice color, but I'm not really a fan. Some brands have safe pigments, some don't, so you got to just be safe with that one. That's why I love ultramarine blue. And it is a transparent color, but this doesn't feel super transparent as I'm painting it right now. Sometimes with ultramarine blue, because it's a transparent pigment, it has this like translucent, see-through-y appearance, depending on the brand, and I don't like that. But this is opposite from that. It has this nice buttery smooth, doesn't feel transparent, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't look that way. So I really like it. It kind of looks like it is on the screen, on the plastic, because it's a different, paper's absorbent, plastic isn't, obviously. Next up is Indothrone Blue. Now they didn't have a, if my memory serves me correct, I should grab the sheet, it's over there. They didn't have a Prussian blue or anything like that. And like I said, one of my favorite colors is from Charvin is their French blue. And I thought this looked somewhat similar to it, so I thought it'd be a nice one to have for that dark. Ooh, it does look similar to it. Now you might be thinking, Leah, why are you buying different paints if you already love your Charvin? And my answer to that is, when it comes to different textures and creating different techniques, I know you can water down and use mediums to change the consistency of heavy body paints, but I really just love how the Charvin has a certain way of creating texture due to its heavy body. But when I want to water it down or do smoother techniques, I feel like it requires more materials to do that, where I'd rather just be able to quickly grab something off the shelf and plop it out and just like go at it, versus putting in that extra step into the process. So this is just a way of me creating my process for creating art to be more seamless for me. Alrighty, quinacridone purple. Let's see what this, ooh, I should shake it. I don't know if I actually need to shake these, but it just feels good to do it. So this is the one of the ones that now in hand look very different and similar to the quinacridone magenta. So we'll see. I do like this color though. I feel like it'll become a great mixing color, a good starter for creating purples and, you know, cool pinks perhaps. It is also a transparent color. Okay. Quinacridone magenta next. Okay, let's see what it's like. Okay, yeah. This is more redder, so warmer than the purple. I really wish there was pigment information on here. They really filled it. Alrighty, next up is the fluorescent magenta. I have a fluorescent pink from Golden. It has been my go-to brand for soft body and liquid fluorescent colors, but it has a smell, you know, an acrylic paint smell. And on days when I am post-migraine or I'm getting a migraine or anything like that, it can be really triggering for me. So it makes it a little difficult to use frequently. And I was afraid to purchase and have two fluorescent pinks, so I went with a fluorescent magenta. I figured if this brand is as good as they say and has no odor, I'll eventually buy them all. So this color is a transparent color as well, and look how beautiful this is. I have a feeling I'm going to use this color a lot. Like I'm really feeling it. Like I'm in love. Next up is hot pink. Oh yeah, this is like the perfect baby pink. I like it. It's opaque, so there's clearly a white pigment in here, obviously. I'm always on the lookout for that perfect pink paint color and the perfect lavender color. Honestly, it can be hard to find that one color that just is perfect. And I feel like I found it right now in this very second. Like this color doesn't need to be mixed. I mean, I'm sure I'll be mixing it with other colors for color harmony and stuff like that, but it's perfect. Last up is Peach Tone, another opaque pinky color. And another perfect, doesn't need to be altered at all kind of color. This paint does feel a little bit thicker than a few of them, but it could just be the type of pigments that are used or how this color was mixed at the time of creating it. Before we move on to swatching the white, I just want to state that in the span of me doing this, yellow being the second color that I swatched, I accidentally got some water on here and I was like, oh no. And I wiped it off and they're dry already. So these dry fairly quickly, at least in my environment that I'm in. It'll always depend on where you are, but I really love that they dry quickly and they dry somewhat matte. So they have sort of a sheen to them, but kind of like a silky matte finish. And I absolutely love that. I mean, I hate super glossy acrylic paint because it can kind of sometimes, depending on the brand, look plasticky. And I love this so much. It reminds me of my Charvin. I think these colors are going to work amazingly with my other favorite brand. So I have high hopes, guys, high hopes. Okay, it's supposed to be opaque. Not really, but I mean, white is very rarely opaque paint. If it's like an extremely heavy body white, I find it's actually quite opaque because you're putting a thicker amount of paint down. But when it comes to like thin body paints and things like that, I find they are not 100% opaque. But that's okay. Just take a big globber. Let's see. Okay, let's have this stuff dry. Next up, we are going to swatch all of these acrylic paint markers. And the only thing I hate about acrylic paint markers is how long it takes to activate them. So I'm going to be speeding up this process. If you aren't familiar with acrylic paint markers, you first have to activate them and shake the paint. And when you open them up, they'll look like this. And in order to do this, you need to press down a few times until the paint comes down, and it just takes time. So first up is gray from the Blue Tone set of Posca. Now I'm doing sky blue. Next up is light blue. Next up is blue. I really like that blue. This one here is Prussian blue. And this one right here is navy blue. And then we have two other colors, though they're greens. They were in the blue set. This one here is aqua green. This one is emerald green. If you ever come across a Posca pen or any other kind of paint marker that is wrapped in plastic, the key to getting it off isn't using anything. It's just spinning the lid and off it comes. This one is green. This one here is Poison Green from Molotow. This one here is Yellow from Posca. Now I am using a smaller one here. So this is the 3M. So it's a smaller nib. This one here is orange. This one here is magenta from Molotow. Here is just pink. This one here is light pink. As I only have one of these luminants, let's swatch it with the Poscas. So this is bismuth yellow, oh sorry, golden bismuth yellow. Oh yeah, this is a nice, warm color. Now I am drawing on watercolor paper, so it won't be super smooth, but I really like it. Now let's move on to my Caran d'Ache Neo Color ones. I almost said twos. They're a little dirty. Is it? Whatever. Okay, so this one here is their light olive. Oh yeah, I love this color. This one here is dark olive. And then we have purple. But really, it's more like a magenta-y like magenta color. And then this one right here is pink. And then we have ultramarine, my favorite, blue. And I absolutely love the ultramarine from my Neo Color 2. So I want to compare this to see if it's identical. And the last one here is light cobalt blue hue, which I think goes great with the ultramarine. It's also one of my favorite light blues from this brand. Give me a second and I'll grab my Neo Color 2s so we can compare them. Of the 1s and 2s that I have that are the same, these are the 3 that are the same. So the ultramarine, the pink, and the purple. So as you can see, they look pretty much identical, but the only real difference is I can do that. So just where with these, I can't, oops, well, I mean, it's a dirty brush. But I can't do that with these. Alrighty, so last thing we have to swatch today are all of these. I'm actually like really excited. You can't really see my desk. Oh no, these aren't the last ones. I have my Derwent. Let's do these next because there's only 2 of them. I wish these came with labeling. I know I picked, oh, well, no, it doesn't look like it. So I want to say I picked a grass green and a, I don't know. I'll have to check on the computer to see what they are. So this one is the light one. Kind of goes down messily, but it didn't really leave anything on me. Nice green. Ooh, look how deep this green is, like how dark it can be. That's pretty cool. And let's try dipping this in water. Okay, so I dipped it in water. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's try dipping the light one. All right, now let's just let that dry. I'm going to start to unwrap these and we can start swatching all of these. Alrighty, so just like with the Posca pens, these pretty much open the exact same way. They have a lid here, so if I spin it, okay, it's not doing it now that I put it on camera. Oh, there we go. But if you just spin it for a bit, it then opens the plastic, so it's easy to take them out. All right, let's start with the black. I really don't know how to use these. Oh, it's like lipstick. Okay. Oh, no, it's not. It didn't go back in. Oh, no. Well, that happened. Note to self, don't push out unless ready. Hopefully that fits. Okay, so here's the black. Oh, this feels really creamy. Okay, so I didn't ruin it by pulling it out. There's still space. And it feels really creamy. So I just want to, yeah. Okay, so what's supposed to be great about these is that while wet, you can do things like smudging, moving them around. Let me put another color down. The Gentine blue. Ooh, it's a nice blue. Kind of more like a cobalt blue-ish color. Whoops, I just dropped it. It's not warm like an ultramarine. It's kind of more cool. Anyways, you can smudge it and you can use water. My paintbrush is still a little dirty from the Inktense, so it made it a little more greener, but you can do that. So let's see, this is the kiwi green. Oh yeah, nice vibrant color. Next up is khaki. It's a nice dark green. This one is the beige rose, or rose beige. I mean, to be honest, I'm not too sure which direction it's supposed to be in, because both roses have the accente on it, so oh yeah, that's a nice color. This one here is the caramel, the one that I thought looks more like a ochre, like a yellow ochre. And I must say, yellow ochre does have a caramel color to it, right? So I think it's a very accurate. If you're looking for a yellow ochre color, that's the one, go with the caramel. But it does kind of remind me of Scotch, like Werther's. Next up, I want to do the lavender. Ooh, that's a nice purple. And this one here is raspberry. Whew! That is pink. Not what I thought it would look like, to be honest. I definitely thought it'd be more on the purplier side, even though with it in hand, you can see it's not the same purple here as it is here. I don't know if that's in focus. But yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting it to be that pink. Like these two kind of look similar. And this here is just pink. I would call this like a bubblegum pink. I like a lot. All right, so before I just reach the end of the video and we go back and look at the dried swatches and things like that, I want to do one little test. So with the Inktense, I don't know if they need to wait a certain amount of time. I need to do a little bit more research. But this area is dry, so I just want to see if I can reactivate it. Oh, I can. Okay. Maybe they need a certain amount of time before they're permanent. I'll look into it more when I do an actual review. I've had time to play with them. Thank you everyone for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comment section below. I'm really excited about these new supplies and my color selection. Like, I just can't wait to get started and using all these colors and different things. I do plan on taking some time with these new ones, especially the Nova paint colors. I want to spend some time getting used to them, knowing them inside and out as best as I can before I do an actual review of them. But if there is anything here that you want to see a review for, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll make sure I put it on my list of things to review this year, because I really wanted to take that aspect a little bit more seriously for the remainder of this year and posting more videos. I haven't been available for posting recently just due to some circumstances, and now that I'm getting back into it, I just want to make sure I'm providing content that you guys are interested in seeing. So let's just take one last look. I had mentioned how these are drying really matte, and like seriously, they are matte and beautiful. Some of them have a little bit of a sheen. So some colors, like this magenta one here, this is the quinacridone magenta. But the Nova colors have dried beautifully. I can't wait to get started. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in using art as a tool towards healing, hit that subscribe button because that's what the majority of my content circles around. Now, before I sign off and say goodbye, let's just take 1 second to center ourselves. So we're going to take a deep breath in and release that air. And when we bring our next breath in, let's focus on bringing in positivity. And let's release it out, shake our limbs, shake off any negativity that we may have been holding on to. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And until next time, stay magical.